In just a few weeks, one of Denver's last protective shelters used to house some of the most vulnerable during the pandemic is set to close.
While some have a place to go, many more are left fearing what's next. Karen Morfitt is live for us in Denver tonight. And Karen, those people took their concerns to City Council this evening.
Well, Michael, they're hoping that City Council can secure housing for those who don't have a place to go right now. But that for many, that would mean going into a shelter. And these are folks who are older and have medical conditions. So that is not a good option for them being medically compromised. The city housing department says they are using every option available.
Instead of welcoming weekend guests, the Aloft Hotel in downtown Denver has been home to some of the city's most vulnerable population for years.
I'm speaking for myself, but I am also speaking for the others that urgently need the assistance.
The emergency shelter put in place during COVID is closing, leaving residents like Eldridge Mangrum Jr. rallying for help.
Now it's like go back to where you came from, but they won't let me back into the shelter because of my school schedule.
The city was leasing the space with the help of pandemic relief funding.
And as the federal emergency came to an end and those FEMA dollars, but in partnership with the Aloft, this was the time that worked.
Angie Nelson with Denver's Department of Housing Stability says they've spent months working to find alternative housing.
All but 19 of those have been matched with a housing resource and are being supported to housing.
Advocates with House Keys Action Network dispute those numbers, pointing to stories like Ruben Hernandez, who now has an option he can't afford.
I would have to pay the deposit $400 down, and I cannot do that.
Somebody's got to help us out.
They're hoping that sharing individual stories and frustration around the process with City Council will lead to better, more permanent solutions.
Now, at the height of COVID, the city operated 8 of these very similar hotels. When Aloft closes, there will be one left, and the city says the state has already agreed to step in and provide aid when those folks need transition as well. We're live in Denver tonight. Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.